for exchanging land from urban areas to areas conducive for us to have the prisons. We also have very robust plans to make sure that our prisons can generate resources for running their services. That includes mechanization of our farms. It also includes working together in PPP programs to develop as much as possible the land that we have to make sure that it is giving us proper resources. From the Interior Department, a lot of work has been done in ensuring that the National Police Service is relevant equipment, improving the welfare of the staff. For the last 2 years, a lot of work has been done in that sector. We are now moving to a good amount of work has been done to acquire more vehicles, and the progress, we have a very good progress in ensuring that is achieved. And we also have from the Interior Department a very robust plan to make sure that these new vehicles are given to our police officers, and this is a cross-cutting within the ministry. It includes the police, it includes the prisons, it includes also national administration, national government officers, administration officers who are serving a different cadre. We have various policies and legislation that is including benevolent fund and veteran bill that is going to assist those officers who we lose them in the line of duty, to make sure that their families are looked after, and those who get injured and who also find themselves in a situation of disability, that they are of the sacrifice they have made in our country. There are so many other legal issues that we are putting together to make sure that the ministry is functioning as it should. Various agencies, IPOA, National Police Commission, we have the other agencies, including Public Benefits Organization, firearm licensing, that a lot of work is going on. This retreat was called because we were preparing ourselves for a mid-term review by the entire government. And His Excellency the President is going to be convening the Cabinet and the PSS in the near future to have this overall review of our performance in the last 2.5 years. What I want to promise the people of Kenya is that we will be judged by the manifesto that we sold to the people of Kenya. And we are confident that at the moment our manifesto objectives have been achieved more than 50%, yet we are 50% of the time. And we will be way ahead of time in delivering. And as you can see, we are working with the Office of the President, represented here, on matters of government delivery, to make sure that we are always auditing our performance, not waiting until campaign to go and tell Kenyans what's going on or what we have done. And soon you will see our report card. We will be sharing our report card to the people of Kenya in terms of the progress we have made in this sector. The plans we have in the near future, as I've said earlier, is around digitization. You will see soon rolling out of digital occurrence book, that is the OB, and you will see further digitization of our data, integration of that data. I know there have been questions in the past about how we are keeping government records. We want to tell you that the plan we have with the Maisha number, Maisha database, and so forth, is that ultimately you will not need to apply for ID. You know, today the biggest debate is that we are removing extra vetting requirements for ID. We are not even talking now about vetting. We will move it even further. We will vet you at birth. What will happen is that once you get your data when you are born, the rest is that you just wait for your ID when you get 18. You will give you your ID. You don't need to go again to apply. That is the objective, using modern technology to make sure that we capture your data as early as possible. Some people are saying that because we say there will be no extra vetting, or we are compromising security and we are engaging in political act. We are not in any way. We are a ministry that is extremely responsible for the security of this country, and we cannot play with the security of this country. We are also responsible in ensuring that Kenyans enjoy rights equally without undue discrimination. And I want to assure you here that the fact that we removed the extra vetting does not mean that we have compromised on security. We will never, ever compromise on the security of the country. What has happened is that the processes that we are going to apply now in terms of identifying who has got an ID, who has not got, is to leverage on the existing data across you are. You can't just wake up at some point and at 18 you discover that you need an ID. We have your information since you went to school. We have your information when you go for services. We have the information of your family. We have your family tree across the board. So you can't just come back and say, I want to be a citizen. We will see who is your father, who is your mother, who is your sister, who is your uncle. So technology will have helped us to achieve this thing. Number two, I want to dissuade all Kenyans that think about this as about Northeastern and our border with Somalia. All our minds think that this policy was applying to one corner of the country. Far from it. It's not true. It is applying to all corners of the country, from our border to Tanzania in Hispania all the way to Kwale, Lunga, to our border in Turkana with both South Sudan and Uganda, to our border with Ethiopia, and then to Somalia. There is nothing here sinister about one corner of the country, and I want to give you the confidence that this does not mean that we are going to compromise on the security of our country. Otherwise, we appreciate your being here. I appreciate the officers who have been here. We will be having more and more of these kind of consultations. We will be having also a very more structured communication that involves all the officers that are performing their functions in different parts. And you will not have to struggle to get government communication. We will want to make it possible for you, if you don't get me and you get the chief will be able to tell you what's happening in government. We want government information to be as available as possible to the lowest level of governance. And as you know, we are strengthening the administration bill, and we want to bring on board all the structure of administration up to the village level. And again, we'll share with you the legislative and policy framework that we are putting in place. Otherwise, asante sana, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Maybe a word of condolence, Waziri, to our fallen hero. And kindly, and then allow former chair to say also.
The former chair may say something about his successor, but I wanted to say that as I said earlier, we are deeply saddened by the passing away of over the years, because of heavily critical, agitated, sometimes